Get ready to fan yourself, folks, because Bridgerton Season 2 is heating up. And this time, it's all about Viscount Anthony Bridgerton's, Jonathan Bailey, search for a bride. If you're still recovering from the steamy love scenes of Season 1, based on Julia Quinn's novels, which followed the Regency-era London high society, mainly the eldest Bridgerton daughter Daphne, Phoebe Dynevor, as she navigates the annual mating ritual and tries to avoid becoming a spinster, all while being watched by the infamous gossip monger Lady Whistledown, voiced by the one and only Julie Andrews. It's not your typical Jane Austen story, but let's just say Daphne's sexual awakening is just as important as finding a husband. Let's talk about Bridgerton Season 1, where Regé-Jean Page as the Duke of Hastings set the screen on fire with those steamy love scenes with Daphne. Now, I know what you're thinking. A period piece like this isn't usually known for its explicit sexual content, but trust me, Daphne's journey of sexual awakening is just as important as her search for a husband. Let's talk about Bridgerton Season 2 and the newest addition to the cast, Edwina Sharma, Charithra Chandran, the diamond of the season who's caught Anthony's eye. Now, I know Anthony was getting a little wild in Season 1, but this time around, he's all about finding a wife. But as always, there's a catch. Edwina's sister Kate, Simone Ashley, is standing in the way of Anthony's happily ever after. And let me tell you, she's giving him a run for his money in more ways than one. However, here's the thing. Some of you might have noticed that this season is a little less steamy than the first. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of drama and tension, but the romantic moments are fewer and far between. So, if you're here for the steamy love scenes, you might be a little disappointed. Trust me though, this season is still worth the watch. Now, I know some of you might be wondering why it's not as steamy as the first season, and the creator, Chris Van Dusen, has got an answer for that. In an interview with the Los Angeles Times, he said it's a slow burn this season, unlike Daphne and Simon's love story in the first one. And you know what that means? We're in for an enemies to lovers story, taking a page from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. So what's going on? Well, Anthony, Jonathan Bailey, has set his sights on Edwina Sharma, Charithra Chandran, but her sister Kate, Simone Ashley, is not having it. Kate overhears Anthony making unflattering remarks, leading to a head-to-head battle between them regarding Anthony's pursuit of Edwina. Kate tries to set her younger sister's sights on another suitor, driving Anthony up the wall. But here's the thing. Under all that apparent mutual dislike, there is an undeniable attraction between them. And that's what Van Dusen wants to draw out throughout the season, because he promises the climax will be satisfying. So just hold on tight. Maybe the slow burn is worth the wait. I know a lot of us were talking about those love scenes when it first came out in December 2020, and even the cast wasn't prepared for the reaction. Regé-Jean Page, who played Daphne's love interest, said in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, "I wasn't sufficiently prepared, and I was there. It was overwhelming, but I think people were looking to be overwhelmed." Here's the thing. The creator, Chris Van Dusen, said in a press conference in March 2022 that it's never been about quantity for them. It's about using those intimate scenes to tell a story and move the plot forward. He added, "We've never done a sex scene for the sake of doing a sex scene, and I don't think we ever will." So even though there might not be as many love scenes in Season 2, they will still be meaningful and worth the watch. One of the actors, Regé-Jean Page, who played Daphne's love interest, said that when the popular Netflix series premiered in December 2020, he didn't anticipate the response it would receive. Nobody was adequately ready. I was there even though I wasn't adequately prepared. Bridgerton Season 2 has a different approach to love scenes. Instead of focusing on the steamy moments between Daphne and Simon, like in Season 1, it's all about the emotional intimacy between Anthony, Jonathan Bailey, and Kate, Simone Ashley. Now, I know some of you might wonder why there's less overt sexual behavior this season, but don't worry, it all serves a greater purpose. The showrunner Chris Van Dusen said, "The show's attitude to intimacy is essentially the same as in season 1, and we tell a story and advance the story by using these private scenes. We have never performed a sex scene solely to perform one, and I doubt we ever will." And Simone Ashley, who plays Kate, agrees with him. She said that it makes sense for these characters because they're so protective of their families, and they're so honest about their obligations and responsibilities, so for them to break that wouldn't have made sense for the characters. It's not just about the explicit scenes. These have a deeper meaning, and it's worth the wait. Bailey knows what's up regarding Kate and Anthony's slow burn story. It's not just about the steamy chemistry, but the tension that makes it all the more tantalizing. Kate and Anthony feel like they're laying it all out there, like they're naked in front of each other. And honestly, that's what makes it so darn interesting. It's a cerebral way to explore sexuality, and it's got Bailey excited for what's to come. Because let's be real, sex is a huge part of it, but there's so much more to unpack in this story, and Bailey can't wait to see what unfolds in the upcoming seasons. What are the steamiest seasons from Bridgerton? Listen up, Bridgerton fans, because we're about to run through the steamiest moments of the series. First up, Simon and Daphne's wedding night. These two set the bar high with their first sex scene. After all the drama and misunderstandings, they finally confessed their true feelings and consummated their marriage in a way that had us all fanning ourselves. Next, Benedict's awakening. The second eldest Bridgerton son finally decided to live a little and had some steamy trysts in season 1. We were all surprised, but also very happy about it. Simon and Daphne's honeymoon talk is a steamy scene treat for the viewers. These two were sizzling as they transitioned into married life. After a season of drama, Simon and Daphne's new beginning finally worked things out and celebrated with a steamy reconnection that led to the birth of their son. Anthony and Kate's B moment, that iconic scene from the book, got a twist on the show, with Anthony rushing to save Kate and putting his hand on her chest to show he was unharmed, which led to a private connection between them. Anthony and Kate finally gave in after all the buildup and almost kisses, and they finally lock lips in the church after Edwina calls off the wedding. Anthony and Kate's surprise connection. These two couldn't stay away from each other and ended up having a steamy encounter in the garden before their wedding. Finally, Anthony and Kate are happily ever after, and the season 2 finale gave us a glimpse of their steamy morning in bed before joining the Bridgerton family for a game of Pall Mall. So there you have it, folks, the steamiest moments of Bridgerton, and we can't wait to see what's next.